talk a lot about vegan proteins on the channel. Today, Core is joining the conversation. Well, we talked about Core's vegan last year on the vegan protein of the year. Unfortunately, I had only had one flavor at the time. I don't remember which one it was. And today, Core Vanilla Cream is launching, and I have been tasked with trying out 5 different flavors of Core's vegan, which they claim is the top in class for flavor and texture and experience as a whole. I'm assuming, because that would make experience. So today I've got 5 shakers, I've got 5 bottles, and we're going to put them to the test. Now, Core's vegan is similar to some other in the channel. It is sweetened by sucralose, which is pretty interesting because previously I would have thought that would be a problem, but now we're realizing that most people are using vegan proteins as a non-dairy option, and they don't really care about the sweetener for the most part. Not to generalize everyone, but it isn't just vegans. While you are opening it up to the vegan community, it also has a huge application for people who just do not digest whey very well. It's a pea protein as well as a brown rice protein. There's a coconut creamer in there to help with the texture. One thing they did add, and they mentioned that's kind of interesting, is they added vegan BCAAs to make up for any sort of BCAAs that you're missing. We know that while brown rice protein does contain a decent amount of leucine as compared to a lot of plant protein, vegan protein as a whole has a not as great effect on muscle protein synthesis and just flat out muscle gain as compared to whey proteins. So the addition of BCAAs is sort of interesting. It's flavored both naturally and artificially, which isn't an issue because they're already sweetening it artificially. And they added Digest on the end to help with the digestion because some people don't digest plant protein as easily, although it's probably on average better digested than its counterpart whey. So in any case, we've got a few different flavors here. We're gonna fly through them, but I'm gonna do vanilla first because that's launching today. And if you're watching this for that launch, I want to make sure we get that one out of the way. So where is the vanilla? Got a lot of interesting flavors in this one. Look at that, right on the end. Vanilla cream, creme with the tilde. So we're going to make this easy. I'm going to use the magic of video editing. And when I clap my hands, all of these are going to be mixed up and ready to drink. All right, well, that was fast. So one thing I've noticed about flavor reviews or our flavor stuff is that no matter what I say, someone still hates it or loves it. The opposite of whatever it is that I felt about it. I'm gonna obviously admit here, these are very subjective flavor reviews. The ones that I'm like, you might not like. The ones I don't like, you might like. But I think we can generally agree on textures and palatability of certain things, and I can understand when a flavor might just not be for me. So I will absolutely concede that where needed. That being said, what I mean by that is I'm going to go through this quickly. I'm not going to give you the whole wine tasting notes of things. I'm going to tell you what I get. I'm going to tell you how it works for me, and we're going to move on to the next one. And that way we can all get through this quicker. You can get to what you want to purchase much easier with a little bit of more information on how it might go for you. So first one's vanilla cream. The picture has like a vanilla pudding with some sort of seasoning over it, as well as vanilla beans. So I'm expecting a very vanilla beanie ice cream, vanilla pudding type flavor. And that's actually really, really good. One of the things you'll notice about plant proteins is that they do have a bit of a, I don't want to say chalkier texture, but there's more to the liquid. Now I followed the instructions and gave about 8 ounces of water, which is a little bit less water than most people will put in their protein shakes. Most people will fill them up a little bit. So it is a little bit more thick. And guys, it's a very vanilla bean, vanilla pudding. In fact, the pudding picture is very accurate to really how it feels in your mouth. I think it tastes great. I think the creamer is probably doing a very nice job of making it smooth. Chocolate brownie batter. Now, the fact they added the batter is very interesting because if you guys remember from some other batter videos we've done, batter tastes significantly different than the baked good. Does have like a batter flavor to it. It's not a super intense chocolate. It's not a very thick chocolate, which I like. I think that companies that go really, really hard in the paint with the chocolate go a little bit too far. Again, I think the creamer is smoothing it out. It's really nice flavor. It's actually honestly pretty different than most other vegan flavors. I will really give them that. It's very unique and it's very nice. Apparently they did tons of revisions on these flavors, and I believe that because these came out really well. So vanilla and chocolate, as far as your normal standard flavors go, good to go. I ship them. I'll probably use these a decent amount. To be honest with you, I've been switching out wheys recently for vegans every here and there. I think it just helps with my stomach a little bit sometimes. Not that I'm like allergic to dairy, but it helps. So maybe if you're watching this just for fun on our Instagram, or you're browsing through YouTube and you're a whey drinker, maybe you'd consider switching over to a vegan. This would be a really good one to try out, just to kind of help if you use a lot of whey. Maybe it'll work out better for you. Maybe you'll digest it better. All right, maple pancake batter. Again, it's a batter, so not gonna taste like pancakes. We've seen this before. Pancake batters often taste much different than the actual pancake. So this one's gonna be interesting. Let's see how it goes. So you get a lot of buttermilk, like a lot of the actual pancake, but very accurate to the... Actually, I would say that's closer to the actual pancake than just batter. Batter can be a little bit bitter for me. Not a lot of maple. There is some on the back end, but on the front end, it's a lot of pancake. Good. I'm a huge pancake guy, so I enjoy that. Peanut butter pie. I've never had a peanut butter pie, but I imagine you got some sort of like graham cracker crust, some chocolate crust. Doesn't really say. One thing to note is that the peanut butter pie has peanut flour in it. So if you are allergic to peanuts, it's important. The bubble on top. Okay, so if there's one flavor in the vegan line that's very, very light, I struggle to say underwhelming because that has a negative connotation to it. It's still nice. And honestly, on a day where I don't want a lot of flavor, some days, you know, you've already drank your pre-workout, your intra-workout, you've already had maybe, you know, some sort of drink in the morning, you've had an energy drink at some point. A lot of us can get kind of overstimulated with flavors from supplements. This would be the one that I'm going to. However, if you like strong flavors on proteins, this is not the one for you. I'm just being honest on that one. All the other ones have been really, really interesting, unique, and different. This one was the first one that I was kind of like, okay, maybe that's not the choice for me. Now, this one is probably the one I'm most interested for. Mixed berry. You don't see these kinds of flavors on proteins very often, outside of like the clear wheys. So to see it in a vegan one, which is going to be a little bit thicker, I'm almost kind of afraid. But this is the job, right? That's really interesting, really cool. It's like a thick berry flavor. It's really good. I really like that. This might like kind of be my favorite because it's the most unique and different one. The chocolates and the chocolate and the vanilla are like your classic chocolate vanilla with little twists. I like that they didn't do like a stereotypical one of each, but this mixed berry one is kind of like the wild card pick for me. So if you're looking for like a normal flavor, chocolate vanilla are good to go. You'll enjoy them. They're not like your normal ones, and so that'll probably be different for you if you're picking this up as a new purchase. However, if you want something interesting, this mixed berry like almost has some other flavor in there I can't really catch. That's really good. Well, guys, I hope this helps you make a better decision on your purchase. You can use coupon code PricePlow to save a little bit at checkout. However, I hope this was helpful, informational, a little bit educational. I talked about the formula a little bit. I'm not going to go too far into it because it's just a vegan protein. They did a good job putting together two sources that we're fans of and adding some BCAAs just to cover the bases, as well as some Digest to help with the digestion of it, right? But today's mostly a flavor talk, right? How do these vegans differentiate from the rest of the market? Because there's a ton of very competitive vegan flavors right now. I think Core is doing a pretty good job at this. I like the direction that they took it. It's very creamy. The coconut creamer adds a lot to the experience, and Digest is an enzyme complex that we're always happy to see in any kind of protein, which help with the digestion of it. As always, I do have to say we have a business affiliate relationship with Core. We do like the guys over there. We may have a little bit of a bias, but I just wanted to add that in so you guys, the armchair lawyers at home, can catch that and stop writing the comments. If you have any questions about vegan, Core, the guys over there, our relationship, how the products work, anything, leave them below in the comments. I do check the comments. We'd love to talk about it. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.